Now let's talk about your why marketing network. And it's based on the premise that you have your why messaging down and that the why messaging is the center of your network, which is your hub, your website. Why? Because it's the only piece of real estate on the entire information superhighway that you actually have complete control over. Obviously, Facebook or LinkedIn could change their rules and regulations, and suddenly whatever you built there could be altered. But here, at your website, it can't. So that enables you to have a complete, full expression of your why messaging, trigger the reticular activating system of those who believe what you believe, and naturally want them to know more about you and eventually hire you when they need your services. So the whole idea is to create a humongous, as big as possible network that casts a broad net all over the information superhighway that then attracts people back to you and filters them through your why. And this is critical because we all know that 20% of your prospects will create 80% of your profits, and 20% of your prospects will also create 80% of your problems. Therefore, we want the prospects that create the profits and not the prospects that create the problems. Your why will filter them if it's fully expressed as we talked about in section 1. So then the whole idea is to build a huge network as broad as possible. This looks like a network. These are all channels, why marketing channels. And what you're going to do is go through the process first of choosing the channels that are best for you. So I'm just going to make up some. Just to use an example, let's suppose that you're a business person and we're going to go with LinkedIn being a very important channel. We're also going to go with Facebook. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. Obviously, you're going to need a video channel, so we're going to throw in YouTube right over there. We're going to put in PR, some press releases. That's going to be a channel that we're going to use. We're going to put in Google Places and Google Plus, basically now merged together the same thing, because that's very important. Obviously, Google also owns YouTube. We're going to put in Pinterest, and I'll explain why in just a minute. And we're going to put in others that are most appropriate for you. I'm just going to put in question marks. By the way, they could be offline channels too, like direct mail or radio or television or billboards or anything else that is going to drive people to your why. Obviously, the bigger the network, the more people are going to come filter through your why, and the more ideal prospects you're going to create. Okay, so how do we go through the process of figuring out what each of these are? We're going to make a blueprint. First, we're going to select the channels. Then we're going to determine what order do we want to roll them out in. We recommend one a month. You roll out one per month. And that way it's not overwhelming. You can get it done. It does take some time and effort, obviously, and you're going to want to put in that time and effort to make this right. Okay, now, assuming that we've made the selection, we have our blueprint of how we're going to do this, then we need to go build the channels. Okay, and when we're building the channels, a lot of people get to this space of, well, you know, that's a lot of work. I really just kind of want to focus on LinkedIn. You can't do that. You can't do that, and yet that's exactly what most people are doing. People have their preferred channel, and they focus only on that one channel, LinkedIn. Now, suppose that you're amazingly great on LinkedIn, but that the person that is looking to hire someone that offers your services likes Facebook. Guess what? They want to find you on Facebook. And if they can't find you through Facebook, they're never going to find you because they're never going to look any further. And therefore, the idea that I'm a LinkedIn person and not a Facebooker, that just means that you don't understand the importance of being in all of the major channels, number one, and then making sure that these channels all connect to each other and connect across so as to build a network. They're not isolated on their own. These channels work together. The PR message can be put into a small video using ScreenFlow or Camtasia that goes onto YouTube that then is connected into Facebook. You can put a link to it in LinkedIn, and you begin to network all of this together. Why is this so important? Because then we're going to start powering the network with content. We're going to send out articles. We're going to put out information. And here is the super key point when it comes to content. It's not about the volume you produce. It is about the value you provide. And people get this wrong all the time and just put out stuff, junk, random things that have no value to the people who are receiving them, and therefore do not help you build your business. Imagine, for example, that you have a nutrition company and you wake up in the morning and you're having your shake, and all of a sudden you're posting on Facebook, having my shake now, really like tangerine. That is completely useless and annoying. It just wastes the time of the people who are in your network. But if you were to give them valuable content, what if you were to say, hey everybody, just read a really interesting article by Dr. Oz about the power of vitamin C to help you never get diabetes. Here's the link, click on it. Then all of a sudden people say, wow, that was valuable information just posted there. I wonder who posted that information. Let me check them out. Right through your why message, triggering the reticular activating system, and if they believe what you believe, they then have a relationship with you based on value, not volume of stuff. That is not how this works. Now, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. You can see this is quite a big process to get this done, but the key is you just have to make the decision. I'm going to do this. The internet is a source of endless prospects. Let me give you some numbers. 30 million searches plus per month for legal related terms. 1 million times a day somebody's looking for a lawyer. Over 10 million searches per month for chiropractic related terms. 300,000 times a day a person is looking for a chiropractor. If you don't have a network to capture that person, they will not find you. Not only that, if you don't have the messaging that attracts the people who believe what you believe, you may have a big flow of business, but it's going to overwhelm your front office, and that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for people to be filtered through your why. That's why it's the Why Marketing Network, and this is the secret sauce. This is just like an agency model that Madison Avenue uses with big businesses like BMW, Mercedes. That's what they do. You can do it too. Okay, now, a lot of professionals, doctors, accountants, lawyers, highly paid people who have specialized services are probably asking themselves, how in the world is Pinterest ever going to serve me and my business? So let me give you a very clear example of why it is so important to build out a big network using Pinterest, which is traditionally used much more by women than men. And I'm going to show you exactly from the perspective of a man how this could be helpful for your business, or a woman, it doesn't matter. Imagine that you're providing high-priced services. A lot of times people that provide high-priced services are into high-priced activities like boating. And let's suppose that you're into boating and you've been a part of the regatta committee for the summer regatta for the last 10 years. You're always on the committee boat, you're always helping out. Except that in the past, there was really no relevance to that activity other than enjoying yourself and giving back to the boating community. Wait, now you have a network. And there's this weird thing called Pinterest that circulates photographs all over the place. So now you're on the committee boat, you're having a great time, and as all of the finishers are crossing the finish line, you're taking pictures with your phone, with your mobile device. And you're posting those pictures on Pinterest. All the peewees come in, then the bigger boats, the biggest boats, etc. And you're taking pictures and you're posting them. And guess what? Because this network is built correctly, those pictures are circulating over into Facebook and they're linking back and forth. And a lady who happens to be on Pinterest happens to catch one of those pictures and say, wow, I forgot it's the summer regatta. Look, that's my friend so-and-so. Look, that's my friend so-and-so. Hey, I wonder who posted this picture. And they find themselves back to your hub, to your website, where you're clearly expressing why you exist and why they should care. And that person's reticular activating system goes bing, 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 bing. And they say, wow, that was so nice of that person to post those pictures. I don't need this service right now, but subconsciously what happens is, but I'm going to remember this for when I do need that service. And the next time that that person needs your service, or a service that could be provided by your competitor, they're going to think of you because they filtered through your why messaging as a result of a photograph that you posted on Pinterest. See, the power of this is awesome. It is crazy. It's like word of mouth on steroids beyond, and there is an absolutely endless stream of prospects for your business as long as A, you build a big network, offer valuable content through it, and B, it filters through your why. That's the why marketing formula. Get your why messaging straight, and then power a huge why marketing network with that messaging. That way, through all sorts of channels, whatever channel each person prefers, they find their way back to you, get filtered through your why. The 20% that provide the profits stay with you. The 20% that give you all the problems go to your competition. Don't you just love that? I mean, that is just so cool. Obviously, like I said, this is a fair amount of work, but it's your business. It's worth it. You have to do this. You have to have effective marketing, and the internet has changed everything. I hope that was valuable. Take a look at the video in section 3, where we will do two things. First, I'm going to talk to you all about the tools, how to use them, what they're for, how that's going to help you to build this, and then also about options that you have available to get this done and make it happen. Because there's only one option that should be off the table, and that's to do nothing. The internet has changed the rules forever, and you can take advantage of it. So take a look at the video in section 3, and thanks for watching.